What's up, guys? Welcome back to Horsepower Obsessed. Thanks for pressing play. Today we're going to talk about a couple different things regarding the C8 Corvette, but most notably, some new details regarding the new hybrid C8 Corvette, some new details circulating about the Z06 Corvette, the ZR1 Corvette, and even the Zora. So let's get into it now. Alright guys, so like I said there in the beginning, we have a couple different topics to talk about today, all regarding the C8 Corvette. So let's just start with the very first piece of information, which of course comes to us from the CorvetteBlogger.com, and it starts out by saying that this current rumor is that the final week of the 2021 Corvette production is said to be July 19th. Now, we talked about this in one other video before, and so far that date has not changed, and apparently this is coming from a fairly reputable source, implying that July 19th is in fact the last day of the 2021 Corvette production. Now, obviously that means that the following week would start the 2022 Corvette production, so definitely pretty cool. It's awesome that we're going to get to see these 2022s being built that soon, but it definitely means that the 2020s and the 2021s had a limited production run. With the 2022s coming, odds are very good they're going to get a full production schedule. So I know a lot of you guys out there are still waiting for your C8 Corvette, and odds are very good in 2022 everybody is finally going to have theirs, which is really freaking awesome because the car is amazing and you guys all deserve to experience this thing. The Corvette Blogger website goes on to say that as we don't have official confirmation for this, they are placing a rumor tag on it because that's what it is right now. But like I said earlier, it does come from a trusted source, so it's worth repeating, if only to give us greater clarity on when the 2021 Corvette model year may end and when we might expect to start seeing some of the 2022s. The word on the street is that the final production week of the 2021 Corvette will occur the week of July 19th. That happens to also coincide with the final TPW, target production week, for the exterior color Shadow Gray Metallic. But they go on to say that over the course of the last year that they have learned nothing is set in stone, and the actual ending date may float somewhat depending on what happens between now and then. The Corvette product manager, Harlan Charles, was recently on the Corvette Today podcast, which I actually had the privilege of being on as well. If you guys wanted to hear that particular podcast, I will link it in the description down below. But Harlan Charles was asked about the 2021 model year orders and if Chevy would be able to produce all of them despite the recent shutdowns at the plant. He said they are definitely not doing for 2021 what they did for 2020 with the long extension to finish orders because they have been more conservative with accepting orders for 2021. In his answer, he says that the time period for the model year changeover may be more of a late summer than an early summer, unquote. We do know that Chevrolet wants to get the Corvette's production back to a regular production schedule, which traditionally saw the model year changeover happen around the 4th of July time period. So the final TPW for 2021 as July 19th seems to be within the projected time frame. But as usual, guys, you want to take all of this with a grain of salt because it could absolutely change, but it's very likely to be somewhere around July 19th. As usual, I will link these articles to the Corvette Blogger in the description down below. If you guys are interested in checking it out for yourselves, it's definitely worth a read. And before we continue, guys, if you could please go ahead and smash that thumbs up button. Let me know you are liking the content. Let YouTube know you are liking the content. It really helps out my channel, and I would greatly appreciate it. While you're at it, if you could please hit the subscribe button and that bell notification so you don't miss any future uploads like this one, that would also be a huge help to my channel. But moving on to the good stuff, guys, the last part of this upload is going to be talking about the 2022 or 2023 E-Ray Hybrid Corvette. Now, I say 2022 or 2023 because we're not exactly sure when that car may be coming and when the C8 Corvette Z06 may be coming. Now, for those of you who haven't been following the uploads recently, the Corvette Z06 may be a 2023 model, and there is a slight chance that the E-Ray may make an appearance in 2022 instead of the C8 Corvette Z06. I will link to the video at the top right of this one talking more about that, but that's not what this upload is about. So what we want to talk about today is the details that have been given for this particular E-Ray Corvette. Now again, this article comes to us from the CorvetteBlogger.com and is talking about Don Sherman, who is offering new details on the hybrid Corvette. The article starts off by saying one of the future Corvettes we are very excited about is the rumored E-Ray model that is expected to take the slot of the Grand Sport model in 2023. And thanks to Don Sherman's new piece for the SAE International, we now have some additional details to share. Don points out that the C8 Corvette's current architecture that's in place right now is just waiting to be electrified. The aluminum structural backbone of the Corvette, which runs down the center of the car, is a perfect place for battery storage. As the tunnel now houses only coolant lines from the front radiators to the mid-mounted LT2 V8 engine, the 2.0 cubic feet of internal storage volume will easily house GM's Ultium quote-unquote pouch-style lithium battery cells within. Also, currently in place and ready to go hybrid are the front springs, dampers, and steering components, which will allow a pair of electric motors to have a straight shot to connect to the C8 Corvette's front wheel hubs. I would like to thank the sponsor of today's video, and that's going to be the guys over at The Ridge Wallet. As a guy, I know we sometimes carry a lot of pointless stuff in our wallets, the receipts, hotel room keys, even spent gift cards. The Ridge Wallet helps you carry less, but always still have access to what you actually need. The Ridge looks nothing like a traditional wallet. You have the options of titanium, carbon fiber, and aluminum to ensure there's an option and design for everyone. Now, here's my pick from Ridge Wallet. As you can see, it houses all the cards that I need access to, as well as important identification like my driver's license and things like that. If it's the size of a credit card, it will fit in here. Now, there is an option on Ridge Wallet's website for a money clip, or there's also a cash strap. And it has RFID blocking built into the plates here on the front and back to stop any kind of wireless theft. It really is a great refresh on the traditional style wallet. If you go to the website in the description below and enter the discount code horsepower, you're going to save 10% on any of their products, including the Ridge Wallet. And then Don gets pretty specific with the E-Ray's drive system. He said, 2 independently controlled 50+ horsepower AC electric motors butted together will raise the Corvette hybrid's total output to more than 600 horsepower. The mid-mounted LT2 V8 and its 8-speed Tremec dual-clutch transaxle will continue in the E-Ray's hybrid system with minimal changes. According to Don, these motors will take up some portion of the front's cargo space, and there are still questions on whether or not the car will be a plug-in hybrid for charging purposes. We have seen some spy shots showing what looks like a plug for this exact kind of purpose, just to charge up those hybrid motors, but there's no guarantee that that isn't used just for testing purposes. Don goes on to say that the gains from the Ultium motors and battery will provide quote-unquote significant performance through an improved power-to-weight ratio, with the Corvette seeing enhanced launch and traction capabilities through the all-wheel drive, which we have started referring to as AWD. Don also thinks that the hybrid system will allow the electric motors to give the motor a break by being able to fully power the car during cruising. That feature alone will result in higher fuel economy numbers for the Corvette and should be enough to label it a green car that will make it eligible for drivers to access locations and parking where internal combustion engines are banned. So for those of you wondering what will the E-Ray cost, well, Don seems to also think that the price tag is going to be much less than $100,000, which is pretty interesting for a Corvette in general, let alone one with hybrid technology built into it and still maintaining that lower price tag. Now, where this starts to get interesting is that while Don was speaking about all this, he also referred to the C8 Corvette Z06 arriving in 2022, which will, of course, make 600 horsepower from its LT6 V8 engine, while the Corvette ZR1 will debut in 2024 with 2 turbochargers for 850 from the LT7 engine. He says both of these engines are 6th generation small block designs succeeding Cadillac's short-lived LTA Blackwing V8. Definitely interesting stuff there, guys. If he is in fact in the know, then maybe we are getting the Z06 in 2022, and maybe it will not be pushed back into 2023. There's a lot of rumors out there circulating suggesting either one of these two are an option, and based on Chevrolet's most recent turn to fully electric vehicles, I kind of feel like they're going to want to put this hybrid out first, but I would imagine Dawn knows more about it than I do. Now, Dawn also talks about the last piece to the puzzle of the C8 Corvette, and that, of course, is the Corvette Zora. And that will supposedly feature a twin-turbo 5.5-liter dual overhead cam V8 with hybrid electric motors to offer more than 1,000 horsepower, making it the highest caliber weapon in Corvette engineering's arsenal. Finally, Dawn mentions the possibility of GM extending the Corvette lineup with a battery electric SUV that will feature the Corvette's cross flags and design cues, currently codenamed Project R. The Corvette-inspired SUV could arrive in 2025 as well. Alright guys, that is going to do it for today's video, so if you liked what you saw, please give me a big thumbs up. Leave me a comment down in the comment section below and let me know what your thoughts are on the new hybrid details, and whether or not you think the Z06 is going to be coming in the 2022 or 2023, or do you kind of think like I do, and with GM's most recent push for electric, that we're probably going to get the hybrid first? Let me know what your thoughts are down below. If you guys haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do. I have loads of Corvette content coming you are not going to want to miss. And as always, guys, I will catch you in the next upload.